Hey, welcome back to another episode of John's Crypto Therapy. On today's episode, we're going to switch it up a little. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. And it's very important for us to do so to understand if we are going to see a future bullish move. And, if we do have that lengthening cycle, we need to start putting Bitcoin in the middle seat and understand what it's doing and how we can use Bitcoin to make us more profit in different altcoins. Very simple to do. So today's episode is going to be simple price action that's going to give you confidence to see the future price for Bitcoins and also give you the understanding that altcoins will somewhat follow. So Bitcoin is the bigger load. So let's get right into this, okay? So as you could see, short-term value-wise, you could see that the price did fall dramatically, and this is a short position. Of course, a lot of people are looking at positions of, interest when you're looking to buy the market. As an investor, these are great times to buy. Why? Because I do believe this is a bear trap. I'm going to talk about this, especially in my patterns and analysis. So let's get right into that, okay? So when we look at Bitcoin, we do understand that the price did go up. It came back down. And then the first time it went up, it made a higher high, then a higher low. Then it did do the same thing. It made a higher high. Then it came back into a higher low position. If Bitcoin does retrace back down to these key levels, that is totally fine. We will get a double bottom, but as long as Bitcoin does not break this formation, we can still believe that we still have another run to the upside. If price does break and hold below structure, we do have to watch out because this could be the start exactly of Bitcoin going to the bear cycle. And if we do start to go to the bear cycle, a lot of altcoins will bleed, and it's time for us to understand when is the best time to sell. We're right on the peak of greatness, as in Bitcoin can explode to the upside or to the downside. So we got to watch these different patterns to understand if it makes sense to be a bear or to be a bull in this situation. When we're coming back into this market, we understand there's a key level in the market that we can say to ourselves, this is absolutely the neckline. So to a lot of people that are wondering, hey, look, this is the neckline. We broke the neckline. Yes, we did. We had this beautiful head and shoulders pattern showing to us that this formation is valid for this breakout. Typically, when you're looking at a head and shoulders formation, yes, you do go from the head all the way to the neck to get your take profits. And these are rough estimate take profits. Does not mean it is going to go to these levels all the time. So as a trader, why do we use 1 to 2 to 3 take profits? Very simple. We use these take profits right here to say to ourselves, there is a chance that Bitcoin could go down to the first take profit and of course reject and go back up. And it could go to the second one and hit that as support once again and reverse and go back up. Does not mean that this take profit zone is written in the books that it's guaranteed to do so. This is just a future projection to say this is a possibility that Bitcoin can go. So if we do have this break of 30,538 and we do have a solid close and we do look for our entry strategy, then sure, we could look for this downfall, this bleeding action on Bitcoin. But for now, this is just a fake out that I believe that we're going to see a true breakout to the upside very shortly. But for now, we could see some sideways action or we could see other formations that could occur. The reasons why I wanted to bring this up, we did not just have one bearish formation, we also had two more formations. When we look at formations, we could look at this right here as a descending triangle. Descending triangle is going to give you the same take profit as the head and shoulders. We just use this again, once again, and you can see roughly around the same zone. And when we're doing this, remember to ourselves, there's key levels in the market it has to break. The market does not just move in one pulse to the downside. It does not do that. What it does is it goes down, breaks a key level, comes back to that key level to retest, take more holds on a position to sell the market once again. So that's how the market moves. If you're going down, it is lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. And if this is how you justify to yourself, it's breaking barriers and we're seeing a retest and getting more confluence that the buyers are trying to become sellers. So for that purpose, we don't see that in the market right now. We do see this key breakout, and now we could see price going back up to retest. And this is very crucial. If price does come to retest, we can see that this trend line is going to hold some values. I will be talking about this trend line and why it is very important to do so. So first off, I do want to talk about one other pattern that's still playing a key vision on why this level is going to be the level where we might see the key reversal to breaking all-time highs or breaking the structure of value. When we see price going down, we will see maybe a breakout in this level. Reasons why we do so is there's another pattern that's right in front of our face that we're going to take a look right now. And this pattern right here is actually an inverted cup and handles formation. So once we go like this, we could go to the very top right there, get that wick in, and also do the same right here. And if you guys can notice, we do have this cup and handles formation. If you guys notice, this is going to give you the same take profit as what we were looking for the neckline of the head and shoulders, and of course the descending triangle. Once again, we give you the same projection. What is interesting about this is not really the cup itself. It's not the cup that gives me the most confirmation or the most greatest idea that I'm looking for. It's actually the little guy. The little cup and the handle is giving me the confirmation that I'm looking for. The handle, if you go from the top all the way to the bottom and we give it to the breakout, if you guys notice this very carefully, and the one thing that I like about this pattern, it's giving me roughly the same level in the market where we look left of structure that we have main players of buyers. And this level is really going to be such a strong level that we could see it going all the way back down, or even retesting going all the way back down. Then we could get that push that we're looking for an explosion to the outside. So this is what you need to wait for. But remember, as a key trader, if we do see this level of 30,000 roughly getting broken, then we need to say to ourselves, are we still going to continue with the bull pattern, or are we going to see the decrease of Bitcoin and finally get that bear cycle that a lot of people are not looking for? But if this does happen, we need to start being a player in the game and understand, let your emotions go and start working with data, start working with numbers that make sense with this pattern. All right, so that's the most important thing when we're understanding how to be a great trader. Okay, so we have this beautiful pattern. Also, I do want to bring up to some conclusions to a lot of people that are learning how to trade. The best advice I could truly give you is there's historical data of trend lines that help each other to find support in the future and in the past, right? So we have here a support and resistance zone. Of course, a zone is going to be a rectangle. Just for this purpose, I did want to draw a trend line. The reasons why I say this is a lot of traders, if you want to be great, you look left of structure and find the same zone or the same level in the market to use that as validation to push the price back up. Great. So that's awesome. We can use zones to find those justifications for ourselves to find that support. But also, when we're looking at Bitcoin or any coin, there's always a pattern that repeats itself. And if you guys notice, Bitcoin has a pattern that it's been doing all the time, that it repeats itself to get the most gain. And if you guys notice, I want to give you a little break here if you guys can guess that. It's going to be a little bit tricky, so I'm just going to jump in right here just to not get you guys too confused. The pattern that we're talking about is wedges. So when you guys look at this, I really want you to focus and see why it's important to understand these wedges. These formations give Bitcoin the breakout that everybody is looking for. These breakouts do occur often, and these wedges do also occur often. So when we're looking at this wedge formation, it is giving me confirmation that whenever a breakout occurs, we do see a huge rally to the upside or to the breakout section. So when we're looking at this and we're saying to ourselves, okay, so this is a breakout section, we do see the break, and guess what? John's absolutely right. We do see a reversal of price. So when we're looking at wedges, wedges is also a formation to me to show you that this is a reversal pattern. So because we're understanding how to trade and be a great trader, we're looking for these reversal patterns. If you guys notice, each time that Bitcoin went into the sideways action or whatever action, it goes the opposite way of the trend and we get that key breakout, it typically breaks out really strong. So each time you guys look at this breakout, you guys can make a ton of returns. Why? Bitcoin does this often. So as a trader that's understanding this price action, what we're going to do is look future and see, hey, look, do we not have a wedge right here to define to us that absolutely we can see price going back up? So this is what you need to do. So you go from the top right here and you cut it through and you can clearly see, guess what? There absolutely is a a wedge. So if you guys notice, there is a wedge. It's showing me that price is long on the top and it's actually getting smaller. So the volume is getting smaller. So that means we're primed to see a reversal very shortly. So what is the game plan for Bitcoin? Very simple, very easy. You want to see a breakout, but where? That's the key level, okay? So Bitcoin is easy to trade if you understand your levels. There's more to talk about, but today's video, I do want to keep it short just to give you guys the understanding we're totally fine. This is just a bear trap that we're in, and we're going to see a reversal very shortly. So when we're getting our key level out right here, we can understand, okay, cool, that is going to be the level that we're looking for. Okay, so this level is going to be really important, and also highlight the bottom level that we're looking at, because this also is going to be support. So right now we're in the middle of a nowhere zone, right? We want to see bullish momentum, we need to break this level. And if we want to see bearish momentum, we need to break this level. Whatever price does here, it could go sideways or whatever it wants to do. But also we need to put it into our attention that we are in a descending wedge. So descending wedge is going to be confirmation that, guess what, price is finding that beautiful support underneath it, and also we might be primed to go all the way back up. If we do not break this key level, what do you think it's going to happen? We're going to get a retest of structure, and guess what? Price is going to go back down. If price goes back down, all we do is confirm with our wedges and make it a little bit longer and still wait for that initial breakout. So if price does go down here, we will get that breakout that we're looking for, maybe a retest of previous structure, a double bottom in a smaller scale, while the bigger scale is already showing me this could be the bigger double bottom. So once price does do that, we will see an explosion to the upside. And if you are a smart investor, this is going to be a level we're going to look to take profits. Why? Because Bitcoin will pulse to the downside just for a short time. If it does not have enough strength, then we will absolutely see a breakout to the upside and continue a rally then. So the breakout that we're looking for is going to be a key structural break of this wedge. So this wedge is going to be great understanding. If this wedge is intact, what you could do is, if you don't want to be a trader, stay on the sideline, draw this wedge and look for that key reversal breakout. The reasons why this is important, or this breakout is important, and for the sake of Bitcoin to be a lengthening cycle, we need to break this wedge, but also this key level right here. If we do not break 40,500 level, then it's safe to say we could get another retest and see price going back lower, right? In order for us to start being bullish, and we need to break all-time levels for the short period of time in order for us to start being more bullish. In this case scenario, what just happened to Bitcoin is very simple. We had this beautiful pattern. We also had this beautiful divergence right here. So I want to show you guys how cool this is. Divergence are everywhere. It's important for us to understand, if we want to be a trader, why it is important. All right, so when we look at divergence right here at this peak right now, and then we see towards this move, we have a bullish move to the upside, right? Also, we're going to go to the same peak right here. We're going to go and try to catch where the market was exactly there. So let's put it into perspective why this move did not work out. So the reasons why this move did not work out, you got to look at the market in a special way. Special way as in we were primed to say new retail investors would have looked at this level as a key main level of support. So when you're looking at this reversal, our price going down and this going up, we wanted to see a bullish formation. And when we look at this wedge, it's very informational to see. We wanted to see a pulse to the upside. But truth be told, if we did not draw this wedge formation, you guys would have been in the loss. Reasons why: we had a structural value that we're looking for. Each time the wedge gets broken, that's when we enter. Did this wedge at any moment get broken? No. But guess what? A lot of traders jumped into this trade not looking at the bigger picture. The bigger picture was this wedge. Because we justified to ourselves we had this wedge and we did not get that key breakout, technically, guess what? We are still being fooled, and this is going to be a downtrend to the downside and maybe a bear trap. In order for me to believe that this could go up, we need a key structural break of this wedge and of course this level, because we're underneath. So whatever happens with price right now, yes, you could sell top, buy low, sure. But if you're a new trader, what I recommend, wait for that key structural break, because if you enter on the break, you will get that push right away. Take your profits and look for your third, second, and first take profits. Very simple to do, very easy to understand your strategies when you know how to trade. So I want to show you one last thing before I do close this video up, and let's take a look at this. We did look at a smaller scale of a divergence. We do have this huge move that we could use as another divergence, and this is why it's important to understand divergence are everywhere. If you can use divergence with support and resistance, you will be a great trader. So let's put our thinking caps on right here and see what are we looking for right in the markets. So when we go towards these levels in the markets, we could say, okay, cool. When we're looking for divergence, once you're here, you need to put on the line graph because the line graph is going to give you a better representation of the spot of reversals. So let me remove all of this away just to get the confusion out. And simple as it is, we take the bottom right here and we go up. That is a bullish move, right? That is the bullish trend line. While here, you can see clearly we are in a bearish move. Of course, you could go longer in time. Longer in time just gives you an understanding that this is stronger than normal. Yes, we had a divergence right here and we seen it. It was very small. This is a bigger divergence. What I could truly say is regardless of what price is doing, listen to these very carefully. What you want to do is be patient. At this very moment in time, be patient. We have a descending wedge. Descending wedge needs to get broken, and then once it gets broken and we do see a key level of structural getting broken or even a retest on top, that is going to give you a high probability trade of maybe 80 to 90% profitability. So if you wait and you understand your rules, this is the trade that I will make. So other than that, hopefully this video does give you some clarifications that we're just seeing the formation of the cup and handle and giving me the take profit of the cup and handle. That's all you need to worry about for today's video, just to make you understand the cup and handle did complete. It did break the neckline of the cup and handle. Once we did see that breakout, we do want to use the bottom of this formation and take this as my take profit. Once we cut the piece right here of the neckline right here where the breakout occurred, and if you guys notice this very carefully, we're just in the realm of understanding this is the level in the market we're going to be primed to see a reversal. So I wouldn't be surprised if we hold inside the wedge, still go to the bottom. Once we get that breakout, you can look for a short enter, take some profits out here. Once we break this level and we get a retest and we get confirmation that Bitcoin is going to go up, that's when you start to look to buy a lot of your altcoins. Right now, if you're an investor, go for it, buy a lot of your altcoins. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just my advice that I give to myself and my students. Best thing I would do, because I look for the short-term gain, but I care more about accuracy and all of that fun stuff. I am looking for this key level to be broken before I decide to buy more Bitcoin. Other than that, hopefully you guys do enjoy my video. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Take it easy, and John out. Peace!